Hi, I'm Erik Linask. I'm here at the Miami Beach Convention Center at the 21st IT Expo event. I'm here with Cisco's Director of Service Provider Marketing, Nagesh. Nagesh, welcome. Thank you for joining me.
Thank you for inviting me, Erik.
So we were talking a little bit about the mobile space and how exciting it's been lately. And one of the exciting things has been the recent closing of Cisco's acquisition of Starent. Tell me a little bit about sort of how that plays into what Cisco's doing.
We are extremely delighted about the acquisition of Starent. It provides us several key jewels for the mobile space to round off our end-to-end portfolio. The context of the Starent acquisition is the profound consumption of multimedia services in the mobile space. As you know, Erik, people were consuming a lot of voice services and then SMS, and now it's all data. And a big part of the data services is video. It's a video that users consume, as well as video that users generate for consumption by others. So it's a fascinating time in the mobile space, unprecedented scale because video is a bandwidth intense application, unprecedented changes in business models, shifting from voice revenue to data service revenue, and more importantly, bringing the ecosystem together to deliver on the promise of mobility. So these three changes really what drove our acquisition of Starent, and we are excited to be offering our solutions to our mobile operators and service providers.
Now, when you're talking about video, and in particular mobile video, there's certainly some very real implications for the network operators. Yes. In terms of being able to provide reliable service and connectivity. What are some of the things that that service providers and network operators have to look for?
That's a great question. There are three things we believe service providers have to do. One, scale their network all the way from the cell site through the data center. What I mean by that is the cell sites need to be ready for 200 megabit per second to 300 megabit per second, which is phenomenal compared to what they were doing with voice, which was only a few TDM type performance. That is a massive change. Operators are already responding by upgrading their network and moving to IP-based backhaul strategies. Then the second set in terms of scale is scaling their services edge, the core, and the data center. And the data center for the mobile operators is becoming an important part of their overall offering because that is what will deliver the integrated experience for their consumers and create differentiation for their services. And the other area that the operators are responding is innovating in terms of business models. How are they going from a one-sided business model driven by voice, SMS, and data connection to two-sided business models where they're working with the content providers and the content aggregators so that the operator is now not just a pipe for transport but meaningfully delivering context-aware services. And this is one where some operators will rise to the occasion and be very profitable, and some operators will have challenges unless they move to delivering the scale, performance, and ecosystem integration.
So what's driving some of this growth in terms of mobile video? Is it pre-recorded, on-demand, or live video, or is it user-generated content, even conferencing?
There has been a change over the last few years. As you might know, Cisco does routinely track the data services consumption in the mobile space. We work with many operators worldwide, and we are creating what is called the Visual Networking Index. And we have done that for the last few years. We'll release one in time for Mobile World Congress, Erik. And what we are seeing is from 2008 to 2014, we are projecting a 66-fold increase in data services. Huge. And two-thirds of which will be video. This will be video where it might be consumption of available content such as movies, highlights of sports and entertainment, YouTube, Flickr, Hulu, those type of services. And nowadays, the user-generated content is also dominating the portion of video overall. This would be where people like you and me are sharing video with family and friends, posting it on YouTube, getting the critique from a worldwide audience. So the producer-consumer aspect of this portion of video and data services is changing. And over the last few years, the user-generated content actually has increased. But right now, the on-demand portion and the entertainment and sports and media, that is still the bigger share, shifting towards user-generated content from a connected home, from mobile devices, etc. You might remember when the iPhone 3GS was launched, within the first 5 days, the upload of user-generated content on YouTube went up by 500%. That's an indication of things to come.
So really, I guess based on that, the devices, and we're seeing new and more innovative and more exciting devices introduced almost on a weekly basis now, the devices are really going to play a major role in what the consumers are doing.
Yeah, that is definitely the angle from a consumer standpoint, and I usually have an interesting anecdote to say. What happens is the device is one the users latch onto, correct? Because they touch it, they feel it, they play with it. But they consume services, correct? Video, email, SMS, and other social networking type applications. So when things go wrong, it's always the network operator who gets the blame. And when things go right, the device, such as the Apple iPhone and the BlackBerries, they do get the attention. But we shouldn't forget that the intelligence in the network is extremely important to deliver context-aware services which keep the customers happy. And the device is an important piece of it, but the network that does all the work, we shouldn't forget about it.
You're absolutely right, and certainly right on the account that the network operators and service providers are the ones who get the blame. We've been talking here at IT Expo in Miami with Nagesh, who is Cisco's Director of Service Provider Marketing. Nagesh, thanks very much for joining me.
Thank you very much, Erik, for inviting me.
Have a great show.
Thank you.